you, Mr. Davis. Pursuant to committee practice, we'll now move to 2-to-1 questioning. I recognize Mr. Carey of Ohio.
I want to thank the chairman. I want to thank all the witnesses here today. As with any young person, foster youth aging out of the child welfare system need supportive networks that they can rely on as they turn and they navigate into adulthood. We've seen a lot of these outdated technologies, many of them going back to the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. Connect Our Kids' efforts as a modern, innovative approach to finding families has helped find more than 8,400 connections for foster youth just in my home state of Ohio. And I'm, Dr. Jacobs, I'm going to ask you a question. Ms. Carr, I'm going to ask you a question if my time permits. I'm just putting you on the lineup. But Mr. Lewis, I want to talk to you just briefly. Sunday morning, I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old at the home. When my wife is able to allow me, I'm able to watch CBS Sunday Morning. And this Sunday, they had a wonderful episode discussing people that are in the workplace, but they're living in temporary housing. Many have credit issues because, and they're working full-time. Spaces that not much bigger than where I just went and got coffee for 3 of us up here. As you are navigating and all the things that you're doing in this space, and reaching out into the network that you have, is housing something that that people can log on? And because I think these temporary places, they have to go online. It's $75 a night, but if they can't do it online because they don't have access to that, then it's $85. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I just didn't know whether that was a service, and I know it's not part of the line of questioning, but while I had you here, it was fresh on my mind.
I appreciate it. There's a really important detail here in how care sharing works. The first is that the requests don't come from individuals on their own behalf. They always come from a professional. So a caseworker working for child welfare or for a school or for a homeless shelter, in the case that you described, a caseworker would say, hey, we have this family who's currently living this situation, and here is what they need. That provides the credibility and the trustworthiness so that the responders, when they receive that notification instantly, they don't have to wonder, is this need valid? Yeah. They just have to wonder, should I or can I meet this need? And so whether it's homelessness and there's a family on the street, or whether it's a father who needs a car, or whatever it is, the credibility through the vetting of the request is actually what establishes the value. And we have seen, to the point that you're making, many times where a family who is in a homeless or on the edge situation is vouched for by a caseworker, and that need is met, and they are moved from bad situation to better situation.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis, and I do want to follow up with you on that. Dr. Jacobs, number one, appreciate your service. But can you describe the outdated methods of families finding that exist in the state child welfare agencies, and how can states take a more technological approach to this?
Thank you. Existing and previous technologies ranged from paper, making family trees on paper, making notes on sticky notes that get lost and fall behind the desk, to long lists in Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word, notebooks that get left on the Starbucks counter, and everything in between. We have developed tools to help not only keep that information collected in one place for easy access, as many of our users will say, now I can see everything in one place, but also to allow a team to work together and to see that information together. We have also found that it's not enough to have technology. Technology is a multiplier. You need to have the people using it, but it's also important to understand why you're using the tools that are being used. Our tools are not simply case management. That's not really what they're designed for. They're specifically custom designed for the purpose of finding that network of the youth's own people. And we've also recently launched what we're calling Connect Our Kids University, an online, on-demand professional education system that allows social workers to learn why relationships are so important and how neuroplasticity affects the ability to heal.
Doctor, I really appreciate it, Ms. Carr. I was going to ask you a question, but my time is out, so I will submit your question for the record. And with that, I yield back.